Welcome to the Accountancy Learning video debriefs. I'm Sarah, and in this video I'll take you through the Principles of Costing Sample Paper 1 Task 6. So Task 6 is about labour and inventory calculations. Nova Limited is a car service repair shop and has the following movements for part number PB100 in order to into and out of its stores for the month of March. And then we're given the receipts and issues by date and the cost and number of units. Part A is to complete the table below for the issue of inventory on the 17th of March and enter the values to the nearest whole pound. So we are looking to identify the cost of this issue, and we need to do it for FIFO, first in, first out, and LIFO, last in, first out. Now with these types of questions, I would strongly recommend you draw out your full table. So you draw out what happens for the receipts and issues and the balance. And for this, I will bring up a table for us to look through. So under FIFO then, so let's have a look at what's going on under FIFO. So FIFO is first in, first out. So that means this issue, we're going to start taking stock from the top. So the first items that arrived are going to be the first that are issued. So we need 750. So if you think about it in different pots or maybe different shelves, you're going to take the full 200 units there. You're also going to take the full 350 units there. So that now gives us a total of 550. And with 750 units that we need to issue, it means we're going to be taking 200 from this one here. So in terms of working out how much that's going to cost for that issue of 750 units under FIFO, we're going to take the full 1500 from the first lot. We'll take the full 2,765 for the second lot. So we've emptied these boxes. All of these are now empty. And now we're going to want to take 200 from this receipt on the 14th of March. So to do that, we need to do 2,800, divide it by the total 350 units to get a per unit price, and then times it by 200, which is the amount that we need to make our 750, which gives us 1,600. So we would then add 1,600 on there to give us a total cost of the issue of 5,865 under FIFO. So when it then comes to LIFO, which is last in, first out, we need to now do a similar thing. So FIFO is last in, first out. So we've got our 750 that we need to issue. So now we're going to work backwards. So the last lot that came in was the lot on the 14th of March. So we're going to take that in total. We then go back again, 350 on the 12th of March. So that then gives us 700 in those two. And now we need to step back again to take 50 from the 200. So from that first receipt on the 2nd of March, we're taking 50 from that 200 units. So we're going to do the similar thing as to what we've done with FIFO. We're taking the full 2,800 the full 2,765. And then again for this one, we'll do the 1,500, divide that by the 200 units and multiply by the 50 we need to make the 750 issues, which then gives us 375. And when you add all those together, you get 5,940 as the cost of issue under LIFO. Then the second part of part A is complete the following statement. Closing inventory has been valued at 3,630, and then we need to decide, is that under LIFO or FIFO? Well, if we look at the tables, so this is one of the benefits. If you draw out this table, you can then see that under FIFO, the closing balance is 3,630, and under LIFO, it's 3,555. So we're looking for 3,630, which matches under FIFO. So when you're doing your balances, you need to add all your units together and add all your costs together for the receipts, and then take off the units and the cost for your issues. And if you do it line by line, then you can see the cumulative balance as you go along. Part B then, Nova Limited pays a time rate of £15 per hour to its direct labour workforce for a standard 35-hour per week. Any of the workforce working in excess of 35 hours per week is paid an overtime rate of time and a half. So time and a half is 1.5 times. The company is looking to compare the time rate with a piecework rate, paying £10 per completed unit. So the question asks us to complete all calculations in the table below for both employees. Enter values to the nearest whole pound, and if no overtime premium is paid, you should enter 0 for that employee. So just to point out in this particular question, the gross wages here will auto sum as you enter your answers. So the basic wage, so we're told that they're paid £15 per hour for a standard 35-hour week, and anything in excess has an overtime rate of time and a half. So for the basic wage at 39 hours, you're going to have your 35, and you still need to do the full 39 at the basic wage. So those 4 hours overtime are still included in the basic wage. So you'll have 39 times £15 per hour to give a basic wage of 585. But this 4 hours overtime is then at time and a half. So the overtime premium is only the £15 basic wage multiplied by time and a half, so 1.5, multiplied by the 4 hours overtime that they've worked to give £90. So in these questions, be sure that you do the basic wage on all the hours, and then the overtime premium is then a separate figure just for those overtime hours. For the second person, J Webb here, they've worked 35 hours. So that's just going to be your basic wage of £15 per hour, 525. We know that that's the standard number of hours in a week. So there's no overtime premium, so remember we need to enter 0. And then the gross wages by this point will have auto calculated. And then we just need to fill in this last column here. So what is the piecework rate? Is £10 per unit. So we'll have 60 units by 10 is £600 for the first employee, and the second employee done 55 units at £10, which means their wages would be £550. And that completes task 6.